What's good, people? It is Tony the Savant. And I'm going to say this, man. The mainstream media, all right, and these quote unquote sports analysts, they are always a day late and a dollar short. As Stephen A. Smith has recently revealed that he has come across some information that may express that the Los Angeles Lakers did not want JJ Redick after all, that they really were, at least the upper brass, were pursuing a deal with Dan Hurley or another coach, that JJ Redick is the Los Angeles Lakers coach purely and strictly because LeBron James pulled for him. And it's funny that Stephen A says this because we were saying this too a year ago when they dropped the podcast. But ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, please like this video, share this video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel as well. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel as I drop content daily, go live daily, stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, as I'm always intrigued to hear what you all have to say about these topics. And ladies and sports fans and gentlemen, yes, Stephen A. Smith has been fed up with the LeBron James charade, apparently, because he has been on a bit of a exposing mission when it comes to LeBron James. Not full on, he ain't been keeping it a whole 100, but he's getting there. You know, he's about at 70. I would say he's keeping it a 70 right now. I wish I had the clip. I forget who I heard it from. It may have been Dreamers Pro. It may have been from the big bro from over there at Man Down Sports Mail. But I heard a clip on one of their channels where Stephen A. Smith is going in on LeBron James and this JJ Redick debacle because the Lakers are a sham, of a basketball team. The Bronny James experiment, has been something to see, to say the less, while being nothing to see at the same time. And the Lakers, man, they just went from perennial championship caliber franchise to we barely expect these guys to make the play-in tournament. Another, I should say this, and it's real slick how Adam Silver decided how and when to implement this play-in tournament, because we only expect the Lakers to be in the play-in tournament because they allow the 9th and the 10th seeds to make an attempt to make the playoffs these days. That's the only reason why we expect the Lakers to be in it. We expect the Lakers to be somewhere between the 7th and the 10th seed. If they make the playoffs by old rule standards, and it's by luck, they would be a bottom seed, a bottom feeder. And if they make the playoffs, period, now with the new rules, the play-in tournament, but typically under circumstances where they would not have made the playoffs, one, without the referee's help, but two, without the play-in tournament. And if they do make the playoffs under these new rules, it's going to be under play-in circumstances. But shout out to Stephen A. Smith, again, because he revealed that the Los Angeles Lakers weren't 100% sold on JJ Redick, that they actually did have an interest in Dan Hurley. Not like a real interest. Let me say this. Not like a real interest. I got to throw a caveat in there because they was always going to appease LeBron James. That's what the Los Angeles Lakers are about right now. They are not about championships. They are not about building a championship team, obviously. They are about appeasing the likes of a LeBron James, no matter what that is. And it's deadly obvious because not only did they pass up on a Dan Hurley, they disrespected Dan Hurley, actually the coach of my UConn Huskies, my favorite college basketball program. They disrespected him by underballing him, giving him, I think they offer him like, what was he, 6th, 7th, maybe 8th highest paid NBA coach, when this man is the reigning national championship coach of the college programs. He's been there. I think he's been at UConn for about 6 years now. And I think he's won multiple champions. Y'all got to forgive me. I fell off from UConn for a couple years, but Dan Hurley's been doing his thing. I'm gonna say this: he's got the prestige, he's got the status to demand some real respect in the NBA, and the Lakers chose not to show him even a tittle of respect, and so that's why that deal didn't work out. A lot of people, like myself, felt like they were just doing that deal to posture, because it was always going to go with JJ Redick. And I'm going to say this, all right, because we're going to get into the nooks and crannies really quick. Everybody with common sense, or everybody in the YouTube streets, or every real, true NBA fan, real true NBA, real true Lakers fan, knew that JJ Redick was going to be the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers long before he became the coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, long before the Lakers announced it or even showed interest, when they started that stupid podcast. And I got a video right now. I don't often find myself, agreeing with LeBron James, but the first episode of that podcast was pretty fire. I mean, it was totally disrespectful to Darvin Ham when you got your star player here and some random dude sitting down talking about the plays y'all should be running, not the plays y'all's running. You know what I mean? The plays y'all should be running. So I felt like that was disrespectful to Darvin Ham. But it was also JJ Redick's audition to show that he's quote unquote qualified to be the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. And again, if you're a real NBA fan, real Lakers fan, a guy with a IQ above room temperature, you knew that JJ Redick was going to be the coach. That's all that podcast was trying to display, is that JJ Redick is quote unquote good enough, smart enough, knowledgeable enough, I should say, to be the Lakers head coach. This guy knows his X's and O's, allegedly. But what has happened is that the Lakers have been a total crap show. JJ Redick has been going on tantrum after tantrum, getting upset with the media for them asking the tough questions. He's trying his best not to throw LeBron James under the bus when it's deadly obvious LeBron James is the reason for, I say 80% of the woes, 80 to 85% of the woes of the Lakers right now, simply because he does not play a lick of defense. And it's just been, a pile-on affair. We got JJ Redick, at the beginning of the season saying that Bronny James earned his spot on the Lakers. That was laughable. Bronny James didn't earn his spot on the Lakers no more than JJ Redick did, people. Like I said, if you're a real NBA, real Laker, real dude with some a decent into IQ level, then you know that Bronny and JJ Redick both got onto the Lakers because of the appeasing of LeBron James. Like I said at the top, this was never about championships. This was never about anything other than appeasing LeBron James. And that is the $1 million question for me. Why is the Lakers, why is the NBA laying down for this 40-year-old man who is clearly not good enough? I'm sorry. If you're a bronsexual, that is your problem. LeBron is not good enough at this stage of his career for the NBA and the Lakers to be appeasing his every request. Bronny James ain't good, let's be honest. But anyway, and so, Stephen A. just was revealing that the Lakers probably did not, really want JJ Redick. And that's why I'm saying the mainstream media is catching up. They always late. I won't be surprised if 5-10 years after LeBron James retires, maybe sooner than that, maybe sooner, but I won't be surprised if the mainstream media, lamestream media, finally starts talking about LeBron James' PED allegations. I would not be surprised, because it just seems to me, for me, my 3 years in this sports industry, my sports journalism career, what I've noticed is that the guys in the streets, us on the YouTube streets and the guys with the independent platforms, we're typically talking about topics and news 6 months to a year before the mainstream decides to talk about it. It's like they need permission, not just from their bosses, but also from the actual person they're reporting on. It seems like they need LeBron James' permission to talk about these PED allegations. But again, it would not shock me if a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years after LeBron James retires, that the lamestream wants to start talking about, oh, was LeBron James on PEDs? Y'all remember Kale Sonnen? Y'all remember Kale? I wouldn't be shocked, because now that's what the trend is now. Now everybody, well, at least Stephen A. starting off the trend. I've heard few others say, make a mention of how LeBron James got JJ Redick on the Lakers, as the head coach. I've heard a few I heard a few lamestream voices bring this up, but the consistency for me, they're not consistent with it. They'll say it and they'll never say it again. But Stephen A, probably the biggest voice in the sports commentary industry right now. When he's starting to scratch his head, when he's starting to say some things, it starts, that news starts circulating. So, I won't be surprised if I hear others beginning to get the cojones and the courage to talk about it now that Stephen A has broken his silence. But duh, but duh, what I mean? Like I say, for us over here, the independent guys, the guys that don't have an agenda. Agenda to try to manipulate the people with. Man, come on, bro. We've seen this a mile away. And I'm going to end this video on a short story of a friend of mine who, shout out to the big homie, man. You know what I mean? I don't want to broadcast him too much. He's a very private brother, but he's a LeBron James fan, man. Me and this brother have several conversations. We've had several conversations. We have conversations now where I got to break it down to him how LeBron James is just a clown. And, respectfully to this guy, he ain't no bronsexual. That's why I say I can always tell the difference between a legitimate LeBron James fan, because I used to be one. And I can also tell the difference between a bronsexual, who typically a dude that don't watch basketball. If he's watching it, he don't understand what he's watching, and he's just gonna jockstrap sniff LeBron James, good, bad, or ugly. But me and this brother was talking, and he made a mention of how, even though LeBron James got JJ Redick on the Lakers, he got Darvin Ham fired, he got Bronny James on the team. He was saying that LeBron James be moving like a godfather behind the scenes. He be moving like a shrewd operator. And I had to stop this brother mid-sentence. I'm not one of those people that like cutting people off while they're talking, but I had to stop him off. I had to stop him mid-sentence and let him know, like, bruh, there's nothing shrewd about LeBron James. You know what I mean? Maybe in the beginning, maybe 04, 05, 06, 07, before we noticed the pattern in his behavior. But there's nothing shrewd about LeBron James. We seen this coming a mile away. If you seen that podcast episode 1 like I did, you was like, oh yeah, they cooking. they trying to do. It's a conspiracy in the air. You know what I mean? And I felt bad for Darvin Ham. I felt like the Lakers would have still, showed him love because he got them to the Western Conference Finals and got that trash team last season. Sorry, y'all, into the playoffs as well. I thought the Lakers would have showed him some love, but nah, they got rid of him. But again, like I was telling this brother, LeBron James is not a shrewd operator. What LeBron James is, he's a guy that thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. And he's not. You know what I mean? That's the thing. In LeBron James' head, if he's in a room with 10 other people and those other 9 people are smarter than him, and LeBron and only LeBron James's head, he's the smartest guy in the room, and he's going to try to enforce that. He's going to try to display that he's the smartest guy in the room, while the other 9 people are like, nah, bruh. You know what I mean? I say it like this. I say while the other 8 people, because there's always going to be a bronsexual somewhere. Bronsexuals are ever present, but the other 8 people going to be like, nah, why that one bronsexual is like clapping like a damn seal for the antics of LeBron James. Again, you can see this stuff a mile away, and it reminds me of when the Lakers acquired Russell Westbrook. Me personally, just knowing the scapegoat, the scapegoat missions of the Clutch Sports and LeBron James headquarters, they got to have a scapegoat. I said it off the top. When Russell Westbrook came to the Lakers, this is going to be LeBron James's next scapegoat. I didn't exactly see it going the way it went because it went a lot uglier than I thought it would, but this is LeBron James for you. But if you've seen that trade go down, and you was looking at that roster, it's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? LeBron and Russell Westbrook play the exact same way. Neither one of those brothers can really, play a contributive. How can I say this? LeBron and Russ have to have the ball in their hand to affect the game. Excuse me. They just have to. Neither one of them play a dominant off the ball basketball style. Say like Kevin Durant, he could play dominant off the ball. Steph Curry can play dominant off the ball. LeBron and Russ could not. So when they first announced that Russell Westbrook was coming to the Lakers, my immediate thought was, how? Where, why, when? This has to be a scapegoat mission because there was no other explanation for that. But again, LeBron James is not a shrewd operator. You can see his moves coming from a mile away. The JJ Redick thing was just another example of that. And now we got the mainstream finally a year later. We're 25 games into the 2024-2025 NBA season, and now the lamestream media is saying maybe LeBron James got JJ Redick hired. Maybe that's like, come on, y'all got to get it together now. But really, that's all I really wanted to highlight. And just wanted to, give Stephen A. Smith his credit when I can. I'm really hard on the sports analyst in the mainstream media. I have been consistently for my 3 years. But I said I'm going to change it up a little bit. When these brothers are capping, we're going to call it out. But if they speak a tittle of truth, I'm going to try to give them some credit. Hopefully this video comes across Stephen A's desk, and I hope that it encourages him to keep telling the truth. You know what I mean? At least from time to try to give some balance, man. Give some balance. Give us 50% truth so we can actually get some real news, and then, whatever. Stephen A. Smith going to do what he do after that. But when he is on point with it, I will give credit where credit is due because, LeBron James has to be called out for his nonsense. And we can do it as much as we want on the YouTube streets. It will hit the NBA fans, the real, basketball fans. But as far as the major outlets that have the reach, that can put this stuff on TV and all that, we need those brothers, spreading the message as well because it will spread just a little bit further than we can do it. But the truth must be told. And LeBron James, again, is a clown. No shrewd operator. Lo siento. I'm sorry. I don't see it. But that's all I got for y'all on this video. Please like the video, share the video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel as well. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel as I drop content daily, go live daily, stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Always intrigued to hear what y'all have to say about these topics. I am Tony the Savant. Thank y'all for the support. Peace.